Hello friends, it's been a long time since I've created a YouTube video and I thought I would get back in the groove again and start with something that I have become obsessed with. It has really become such an obsession that I kind of just stopped blogging. I stopped doing a lot of social media except for Instagram. I stopped with my Facebook group for a while because I've become so obsessed with what I call brave intuitive journaling. Basically, it is where you take a book. In this case, I have several copies of the Simple Abundance book. It happens to be one of my favorites. I took this, you can see the yard sale tag I still have on there. And it's where you just start putting gesso and paint and images, and you use a Stabilo pencil and just everything that you love, and you just start to be intuitive about the colors you use, about the marks you make, about all of the images you're putting down. And so we're just going to do a quick flip through of this journal. This is just one of them. I have another one that I'm also working out of, and I actually finished it. Usually I will make 4 pages at a time. I'll do 2 in this one and 2 in this other journal that I have. But anyway, we're just going to do a quick flip through of this. This is the very beginning stages, and you can really see where my pages, I'm not real fond of these pages because I'm just kind of getting into it, and I'm really kind of scared yet to cover things up. I'm scared to do a lot of painting over things, so I just kind of leave everything very open where you can see, you know, all of the bits of paper that I put down and things. But as the book goes, I start, see, this is all just very kind of just, you can just see that paper. But as I start to go, as I start to really dive deep into this brave intuitive journaling, everything kind of starts coming together. And it's not yet, we're still going. But you can see here, this is one where I kind of start trying to cover things up a little bit. I'm not so afraid to layer. I'm really afraid to layer here in the very beginning stages, but I start to get a little bit better. I start drawing a little bit on my pages. I start using that Stabilo a little bit more. But this one, you know, if I were to redo this one, for example, I would put so much more paint on top of this and not leave those bright colors quite so vivid. I would make it a little more muted. But again, I was just learning. I was just being brave and intuitive. This is one of my favorite early ones because I really start to put some paint on top of those different pattern papers. I added some collage fodder on there, and this is where I start to kind of go a little bit, okay, I can start covering things up a little bit. I really found during this creative time when I was so obsessed with this journal, and I'm still obsessed with this journal, by the way, I start realizing the marks I like to make. I love to make marks like this with my paintbrush. I like to make circle marks. I'm really big into circles, and I just like to make these botanicals, very simple, but I really enjoy them. I start making circles more and more with Posca paint pens, with the Stabilo, and this really becomes a reoccurring theme throughout this journal, are these circles that I do. This page I started experimenting with using that Stabilo and just lightly writing something on this page. I start to just, this is some tissue paper from Dina. I started to get a little bit more adventurous with that and using that. It was at this point here where I really started, I wanted to because I didn't want every image to be so crisp. I just wanted this to look like something found, like something old and found. And so I started to tear a little bit more, not actually cutting those images out with scissors, but tearing, putting more paint around them, using that Stabilo pencil again. I kind of had fun here adding a little bit more color, and you'll see as we go through, I kind of go through a phase where I'm using more dark colors, and then I start to use those brighter colors again. I really like the black. Black was never a color that I used much in my artwork before, and I never really used white either, and now I'm doing that. This probably is one of my most favorite pages. I did not intend for it to be so monochromatic, but it kind of turned out that way. I love this page, love the look of it. Love this one as well. These ladies just make me so happy, and some of them I don't like. You know, some of these pages I kind of get cringy and I don't like them. I'm like, oh my goodness. But again, you know, art journals are just for us to be learning and growing, and doing this brave, intuitive art journaling has really been a game changer for me. It is really allowing me to start, this is one of my favorites, to really start taking what I'm learning in here and then putting it in my other journals. This is a very different journal than anything I've ever kept before. Very different. I love this one as well. Love, love, love. Love how I'm adding more paint and getting a little bit messier. And I love this one. I love these big circles. Just love it. It's, you know, really hard for me. I tend to be such a perfectionist when it comes to journaling, and this has really helped me not to do that. This has helped me realize, I think before I was always making my art journal pages more like a scrapbook page, because I was a scrapbooker for many, many years. I really love this page as well. The black here, something again I never would have done before, and I love, love, love how the black just adds so much. It helps everything else jump out. But I think I was trying to make all of my journal pages like a scrapbook page, and it was almost like they all had to have a theme or something. And what this has helped me realize is that, man, I can just let go and do what I want to go and be intuitive about it. You know, for instance, this rose here, it comes from a big piece of scrapbook paper, a 12 by 12 sheet, and I loved this rose, and I could just see this just like this. I envisioned it just, you know, a ripped page, kind of just, you could barely see it, barely visible. And when I found this kind of like a queen or something is what she reminds me of, something, you know, from England. And then this here I intend on putting here, but I want to dye it a brown color, probably with some coffee grounds or something, and I intend on putting that there. I want to start adding some more 3D elements to these journals. I just haven't done that yet. I didn't do every page, so this one I like. It's different kind of than the others. It's not quite as messy. It is a little bit more kind of what my other journals look like, but I was okay with that. I like that. I like that I'm practicing my mark making in this journal. I'm practicing, you know, being messy with paint. I'm practicing using those bold strokes with a color that I normally wouldn't use. That's what I love about this journal. I absolutely love this page as well. I did this one the other day. Yeah, just loving it. I highly recommend it, friends. You know, grab your images, grab your paints, grab your Posca paint pens if you want. Just grab whatever you have and just start going for it. I hope you've been inspired by this book. Like I said, I have another one, but I'm not going to show that one today. This is enough. I didn't want to do a super long YouTube video, but I will show you my process in the next video. I want to show you how I put one of these pages together and kind of talk you through just how I go about finding those images, finding those words. Those are all really important to me. I'm using the Tim Holtz stickers. They're like the text stickers that he has. I'm using those. I'm also using Dina Wakely's new, her new ledger pack. Beautiful, awesome quotes in there, friends. So beautiful. I highly recommend them. But words are really important to me, and so it's really important to me that this book was filled with amazing words that went along with those images. So my next video, it will be kind of a tutorial how I'm doing this. And I'm just happy that you were here. I hope that this inspired you to start your own messy, brave, intuitive art journaling, and I will see you again soon.